Well, hello, friends. I'm here right now with Ginger Costa-Jackson, who plays Carmen in Virginia Opera's upcoming production of Carmen. How are you?
I'm doing great, and you?
Excellent, excellent. I am really thrilled to see this opera and to learn more about it. Can you tell me a little bit about the show? What makes the show so special?
Well, first off, I'd have to say the music. I mean, Bizet was a genius writing this. All the tunes, even though you think you might not know them, you do. You've heard them in cartoons, you've heard them in commercials. I mean, they're opera's best hits, so to speak. So first off, you have the wonderful music that are all based off like a dance rhythm. And then you've got this dynamic story of this femme fatale who gets the boy to abandon everything, and after he loses everything, he thinks at least he's got her, but that isn't quite how our story ends. So anyway,
Yeah, it sounds very exciting, and the music is particularly passionate, as one of our most popular operas, right?
yes.
So tell me a little bit about the character Carmen. What is her deal? What's up with her?
Well, I think she's not as big a puzzle as a lot of women or men might think she is. I mean, obviously she's a gypsy. So what we have to realize is as gypsies, they were outcasts to society. I mean, in the socioeconomic class, they were at the very bottom of the totem pole. So they were never really going to be able to get a job in the way that many others could have and, work their way up in society. So they, in order to get revenue, plundered, smuggled, stole, offered the women offering themselves to men for fun on the weekends. I mean, so this is how they made their money. So other than that, I mean, you get this girl who is raised and, I mean, she's a gypsy. So the only thing she can do is use the talents that God has given her, her beauty, her charm, to allure men and to, basically live day to day, get food, get money. It was a day-to-day living kind of thing. So, I mean, if you ask me about what is Carmen's deal, Carmen is a gypsy, number one, and number two, like any human being, she's someone who will not be controlled. So she fights that and any other, human needs. So, I don't know. That answers it a little bit.
It does. So how did you first get involved in the opera world?
So when I was younger, my sister Miriam, I have two younger sisters, Marina and Miriam, who are both singers. And Miriam, when she was 12 years old, begged my mother for voice lessons. And my mother, they're kind of expensive, and Dad was a high school teacher, but, got her voice lessons. And I didn't think much about it, but then one day I heard her singing these beautiful soaring high notes, and I thought, oh, I want to do that. And you have to remember, I mean, at the time, I was a 4.0 GPA student, very geeky, braid down the hair, glasses, weighted down backpack. And I told my mom, after I heard her singing these high notes, that wasn't at the beginning of the voice lessons, it was after she had been taking them for a while, and I said, Mom, can I get lessons too? And she's like, well, Ginger, God has given you so many other talents, are you sure singing? And I was just the kind of personality that I knew if I could work at anything I wanted. And so I was like, yeah, Mom, I want to. So I just started going to my sister's voice lessons and listening to begin with. And then after a time, she kind of gave me voice lessons. And then, that's where the passion began for singing, was through my little sister.
Mm-hmm. So you and your sisters now perform.
Yeah,
regularly,
sometimes, well, no, not regularly, not as often as we would like. We're each working on our individual career, but we've had opportunities to do concerts, and that's always fun.
Yes.
But yeah, my sister Marina's at AVA right now in Philadelphia, and maybe someday we're hoping, I mean, our dream is to do like Così fan tutte, so we have the two sisters and Despina, or these different operas where I'm the boy, for example, and they're the two, I'm in the love triangle, they're the two women I would be interested in, and so it'll be fun when that day comes, but.
Right, the dream opera for you, so to speak.
Yeah, just playing with them on, but, I mean, after I took my voice lessons, I mean, if you're wondering my background as far as schooling, is that also the question, or is that?
Oh, yeah, I'd love to hear about that, absolutely.
Oh, sorry, I'm not trying to lead the witness.
I was just asking in general, anything that you want to
it?
share with us, I'd love to hear.
Oh, well, in any case, when I was when I was 17, I went to the conservatory in Italy. As I said, Dad's a high school teacher, Mom was a stay-at-home mom, so there weren't a lot of funds, and this can be kind of an expensive career, and with all the coaches and books and music lessons. So when I went to Italy one summer, I auditioned for the Conservatory di Vincenzo Bellini in Sicily, which is southern Italy, and I got accepted. Had a couple years in the conservatory, and then at 19 I was asked to come fly in and audition for James Levine in the Young Artist program. So
Well, nice.
anyway, that's my background. So conservatory, Lindemann Young Artist, and then that's it.
So this particular role of Carmen, I understand that it's got a lot of songs. You sing a lot in it, but do you have any arias, any actual full-blown arias?
Well, the songs are the aria.
The individuals, okay.
So in any opera you have songs, which we call
Sure.
aria, and then to move, so that talks about what the person is feeling. So arias are like, this is what I feel. Let's have a sad moment, or let's have a happy moment. And then we have what's called recitativo, recit, or where you have lines where you speak, and that's what moves the, that's what moves the drama along. So in our version, our recits, unlike most operas which are sung, are spoken, because originally that's what Bizet had it, that's what he did. And I know that there is a sung version of the recit for this Carmen, but that was not written by him, that was put in later, so.
Okay. And so what is it, here's an interesting question for you.
Okay.
All right, the spotlight is on you.
Okay.
You got your costume, you got your
Yes.
makeup, and the audience is listening, right? And you're in a great, passionate climax of a aria. What is going through your mind at that moment?
Well, I think as a singer there are a lot of things you have to juggle. You have to juggle, okay, got a high note coming along. You're thinking about, a little bit about your vocal production. I mean, when you're singing, you try not to think about it, but you're still thinking, okay, gotta breathe. You're thinking, what's my next move? If there is someone looking at you bad in the audience, like, what's the person doing? There can be a lot of things that you're thinking, but I try, when you're in the best zone, is when you kind of let your mind go blank, you let there be the fourth wall, and you just think about what your character is feeling, because luckily you've done the movements enough time and the singing enough that are solid and secure, so you can kind of just let that go on, autopilot, and so you can just think about, what is my character feeling?
Excellent. And, I understand that you have done this particular role in the past. So, so far during the rehearsal process, how is this version of Carmen different from times when you've played her in the past?
Well, I mean, obviously, the director, how he has you move, and what you're doing changes. But essentially, I feel like my character, I can't even say remains the same, because as you're right, as I do them and as I get older, each time I come to Carmen, I come with it to the table with something different.
Sure.
I have a little bit more experience vocally, or even as a person, and so I guess every night just trying to keep it fresh, trying to keep it true to myself, because obviously I'm not Carmen. I can't play Carmen. I don't know her. I've never met Carmen. I've seen gypsies when I've been in Sicily and France, and they're kind of scary because they could steal things from you at any given moment. So I know a little bit about her culture. But as far as Carmen, I just play me. I play Ginger in the scenario that Carmen is in. As I was saying before, she's a gypsy. So if she wants to be fed from day to day, she has to steal her food, or she has to make money somehow, and prostitution is one of those the oldest career that there is. And I mean, one thing that people don't really, I think, understand about Carmen is they see the strength, they see this strong character, someone who knows what she wants and doesn't care and snubs this man and wants this man or that man. And I think what they don't see is her jadedness. I mean, growing up in a gypsy culture, I mean, I don't know this, but I would assume that she was a pretty little thing. She's a beautiful girl, or she at least has that charisma, and people within her own society of gypsies could have abused her, sexually abused her. We don't know about her parents. She didn't get a healthy, wholesome upbringing. She lives day by day, day by day by day, and that's why she doesn't care. That's why she can say, I'll be with this guy, or tomorrow I might die, so I might as well live each day, eat, drink, and be merry, so to speak. So,
I like that quote. Eat, drink, and be merry.
Yeah. Well, so people don't understand that inside, I mean, she's just learned not to expect anything from life. She's learned that, c'est la vie. That's just life, Something might go wrong, something might go bad, and I'm just going to deal with it. And that's her guardedness. That's her strength. But there is deep down, I think, within her, at least for Don José, I don't know. I feel like in the telling of the story, why Don José? I mean, we know that she's had many lovers in the past. She has a new lover every 6 months. And it's like, why did Bizet choose to tell this story? Why Don José? And kind of wish my Don José was here so we could talk some more about it, because that's something you also learn as you speak to your colleagues. But I don't know, I'm babbling on.
No, it almost appears that the show is more about, a man who would give up everything for a woman than about the woman herself in a way,
Well, I don't know. He loses everything, but, I mean, we have to remember, Don José is strictly Catholic, so he has a lot of Catholic guilt. He's a military man, so he's always constantly self-control, and he's wound himself up really tight. And if you've ever met someone in your life, when they go too far in one direction, when they snap, they tend to go all the way back in the other, because life is about balance. And so with this, we see him snap. With me, I'm the opposite. He's all about structure and routine and self-control, and I'm about just enjoying myself and living life like, it's kind of like hippie versus policeman kind of feel. And so we're two opposites, and we have this magnetism for each other. We attract, because I need kind of some of what he has in his life, which is stability, and he needs mine, which is, just to loosen up, and so, you have that fatal moment where they come together, but obviously they don't know how to keep it going, It's like any relationship.
Well, you definitely know the show inside and out, so I'm going to ask you one final question.
Sure.
Why should people go see Virginia Opera's production of Carmen?
Well, the music is fantastic. I mean, it is, and we have a phenomenal director, conductor, and the cast is amazing. I mean, I've done this twice, and I'm really amazed by my colleagues. They're wonderful, and so I think we can get a true story going on with what we can give to you vocally and dramaturgically. But it's a great first opera. I mean, you can't go wrong with Carmen. It's, even when I've heard it done with maybe not the best singers, the music just is so enthralling. But we've got a great cast. It'll be a fun production. Of course, I'm going to be doing a lot of dancing in it, so come see me dance, and and I don't know.
Fun costumes?
Oh yeah, we're set in the 50s, and so that's a slightly different twist, but I don't know.
I'll tell you what, the high production values of Virginia Opera are just blow my mind every single show they do. From the costumes to the wigs and the makeup to the lighting, everything's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, you'll want to see what Virginia can do with this opera, with Carmen, because it's been done so many times. But I think this one will be special. But
yeah,
knock on wood.
Right. Well, we will have, fortunately, so many opportunities to see Carmen, because it opens in Norfolk on March 21st. It's also in Norfolk on March 23rd and 25th. Then it's in Richmond on April 4th and April 6th. Oh, excuse me. Then it goes to, starts off in Norfolk. Then it goes to Virginia Beach, March 28th and 29th. Then it goes to Richmond on April 4th and April 6th. And then it's in Fairfax on April 11th and April 13th. So, Ginger Costa-Jackson, thank you so much for speaking with me today.
You're welcome. No problem.